Hi, folks. This is Jay. Hope you're okay, folks, and it's good to be with you. I just got a special guest today, and I really appreciate him coming on to have a chat. And it's Bernie, and it's good to see you, Bernie, and thanks for coming on. And I look forward to having a chat with you, bro.
Hi, Jason. Greetings from Portland, Oregon.
Good to see you, bro. I'm from Manchester, mate. And have a good Christmas tomorrow, yeah? Or
Okay.
is it Christmas there today, or?
No, today is the 24th. Yeah.
Oh, right. All right.
Hey,
Well,
hey, by the way, have you heard of Sunday Assembly?
Sunday Assembly.
Yeah,
No,
in
no.
London. It started in London.
Sunday Assembly. No, no.
Oh, it's called the Church Without the God Bits, and they kind of went all around the world, and I help on a local chapter here. I thought you would know about that since you're in the UK.
Is it like an atheist running like doing church type
It's
thing?
basically for anybody of any religion. It's kind of like imagine a world where religion was no longer relevant, like in Star Trek, for example, and basically just coming together and singing pop songs and listening to inspirational messages based on science and reason and things like that. So it's an interesting experiment. It's kind of like imagine a world where I'm not sure if I lost some connection with you there. For example, and basically just coming together. It sounds like, did we lose some connection?
Yeah, a little bit. Go on, keep going, Bernie. I can't see you, but if you we're still on the Google Hangout, bro.
Okay. Well, I was just mentioning maybe I'll talk a little slower since we're going over the long internet wire over the ocean, I guess. Yeah, Sunday Assembly they call it a church without the God bits. So basically they do popular singing, popular songs, and have lectures based on science and reason. It's like as if in the future, 1,000 years from now, God is irrelevant because nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed one or two things like that popping up in the UK, but yeah. So I'd be interested if you got a website link or anything that people could look at, bro, or anything.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll try to send it to you later. But it started in the UK, so I thought you might be familiar with it.
Not that particular one. Not that particular one, bro.
Okay.
So it's over to you if you want me to start or if you want to start.
Yeah, I'll let you start. I think we talked about. I said I think it'd be interesting to talk about the reasons for believing in the existence of God, because a lot of these other debate questions stem from that, like what is the meaning of life and what is morality and all that stuff. The answer changes whether God exists or not. So it seems to me the most important question is, does God exist? So I thought that'd be an interesting thing to talk about.
Okay, well, I looked at a couple of your shows, a couple of your videos today, and you kind of seem to bring up four things. You ask questions about Adam and Eve, you ask questions about Noah's Ark, and one about morality, and then one about why is there something rather than nothing or something. So I watched a few videos where you bring up those questions, and so I've thought about it. And I think for me, I can't. Bernie, there's no way I can match you on the scientific stuff today because I haven't been able to do the research, because you normally bring up stuff about DNA and things like that. So I'd need more time to research that. For me, I think that it comes down to rationality, because all these arguments that you use and in defense of your position, and if you look at the history of Western thinking for the last 200 or 300 years, I think it comes down to rationality and an explanation of rationality. So for me, one of the things that I find compelling is the transcendental argument, which Greg Banson uses, or has used, and that is to say that we can't know anything without positing God. So, for example, the laws of logic, the basic laws like the law of non-contradiction. Well, I just wait because it seems to be sticking. If logic is material and something that we've invented, then how does that work in a scientific materialistic construct?
Well, first off, when you say materialistic, I think a better word, if we could agree, would be naturalistic worldview. You could say I'm a materialist, but the thing that kind of is misleading about that is people think of material like it's a substance. And for example, at the time of the Big Bang, it said that there is no material whatsoever. There's nothing solid. There's just pure energy. And then according to E equals MC squared, energy can transform into matter, and that's where all the matter came from, the Big Bang. So just to be clear, I don't believe that matter is everything. I mean, there's energy also, and there was energy, all energy before matter, most likely, in this universe.
But when I say materialistic, I mean it in that broader spectrum of whether it be matter, whether it be energy, it's some kind of substance.
Well, energy is not a substance.
Well, I don't want to argue about words. It's something. It's rather than nothing, is it not?
Sure, yeah, but I mean, usually a substance has like electrons, neutrons, protons, and all that, and energy does not have any of that.
Well, I'm not using it in a sort of scientific sense. I'm just using it in a broad, general sense of trying to say that there's some things that are there rather than not there.
Sure. Yeah.
Semantics. The issue is about, do you regard the laws of logic, those basic laws, like the law of non-contradiction, are they material in terms of relational to matter? Are they related to energy, or are they immaterial and not related to them at all?
Yeah, they seem to me they're immaterial, but I would also like to say that there are certain questions that philosophers with PhDs will argue amongst themselves. Like, for example, one question is, do numbers really exist ontologically? Do they exist somewhere? And somebody might say, like, well, of course they exist. I could see two ducks in my duck pond, and it's like, well, you see two, but that's not really a two in nature. That's a human construct. And so, do numbers actually exist? And I heard William Lane Craig, who's the most popular Christian debater. Did I lose you? I think. Okay. I'm not sure if we lost connection. Yeah, I was going to say William Lane Craig is the most popular Christian debater, and he says this is something that philosophers debate about, like even if numbers exist. And so, did I lose you again? Okay. So I think numbers are kind of like morality. So numbers and morality are like the same question. Do these ontologically exist? Okay. I'm not sure how much you got that, because it seemed like my video feed was getting messed up.
I missed a little bit, but I respect what you're saying, but there seems to be a contradiction there, because you're saying that logic is immaterial, and then you're saying that there's a debate about the ontological significance of numbers, which posits the possibility from, correct me if I'm wrong, from your side, that numbers would be a projection of the mind. So how does logic that you've said and admitted is immaterial work in terms of the mind? If logic is immaterial, does it have an ontological status within the mind? And if it does, how can it be immaterial when the mind is material?
Yeah, so what I was trying to say as a general overview is that numbers, morality, and logic, they're all in the same boat. Even time, does time exist? They're all in the same boat. These are things that philosophers with PhDs will argue about.
But that's bro, Bernie,
Mhm.
I respect you for your, when I'm listening to you on the, I've watched a couple of your videos, and what I find about you is you're very confident and you know your stuff, so I wouldn't even begin to tussle with you on scientific stuff because I know your stuff, and I'd need a few weeks to do my research. But if a creationist came on and responded like that, you would do the Bernie smile. You know, that little smile where you know that you've kind of like, that's not cutting you. Just to say that philosophers debate or discuss, you've made a statement that you've said that logic is immaterial. Now, is
Mhm.
the brain material? And if the brain is
Well,
material,
well, okay. So,
how do the two connect?
okay. So, okay. So I said what I said about what I'm trying to say is that people much smarter than 10 times smarter than both of us argue about these things in philosophy. Okay. So that's just background. So now I'll go forward with you and talk to you logically based on my understanding. But the big picture is, if you say, how did the laws of logic come to be? I would say the big question is, I don't know.
Well, the law of non-contradiction was discovered by Aristotle, and it was debated by, Hegel tried to negate it, but if it's something that we've invented, or it's a social construct, then it's not really, everything that you've been doing, you're arguing for against creationists, and everything that we're doing
No, no,
now.
no, wait, I would not say it's a social construct.
Okay,
I, I, I think we have agreement that it's something that's separate from time, space, matter, and all that stuff. It's something that transcends that.
okay. So is it something that is created by the mind itself, even though it's not a social construct?
Well, like you said, I agree with you. I think we think similarly that it's discovered.
But you've admitted that it's immaterial, but is it a projection? Is basic laws of logic? Is it something, a projection of the mind, or is it something that is also
I lost your video there. Can you repeat the question?
the the issue is that you've admitted that it's the law of the basic laws are immaterial, which to me that is very big of you. That's very honest for you to do that. But it seems to me then there seems to be a bit of a trouble there, is that from what I know of what I've seen of your videos, you're very one of the big things for you is you're very scientifically orientated. This is the big thing that you would be believing in some kind of materialist understanding of the brain, that the brain is material, and
Well,
therefore,
instead of saying material, can you say naturalistic? I think it makes more sense. It's more
okay,
clear.
okay. If you want me to do that,
Okay.
I'll do that, Bernie. Yeah,
Okay.
if it's from a naturalistic perspective on the brain. So how could you just? I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just trying to. How do you connect the two? How are the two connected? How's logic that is immaterial, basic laws? Because there's logic that brain to this immaterial logic. How do you get the two together?
Okay.
Because
I think I lost half of your question, but I got some of the words. So the way it seems pretty clear that we have the physical brain, and from the physical brain emerges a mind, just like blood flow emerges from the heart and the circulatory system. You've got the mind, which is an activity of the brain. So I don't see anything supernatural going on there.
so
Is